Okay, so we made it. Pretty rough road, but we did it. And this is a spot here. You can see there's like a really slippery trail that gets covered in wet leaves and becomes even more slippery. So we're putting in stairs. We're gonna put stairs in here after lunch, but right now I'm working down here, and we planted lots of pine trees here. Here's all the trees we brought. Variety of fruit trees. And you can see on the lot it came with this home here. It's a traditional native home. We're very close to Taboli native lands here. And we have a couple hectares here. And about half of our plot here is banana farm. You can see we had some wind come through, just thrashed the leaves. But as these trees fruit, we're going to be replacing at least 3/4 of this area with different fruit trees. And you can see there's some getting close there. Look at all those bananas. And so yeah, this is a spot from the previous owner. You can see been bringing a bunch of these blocks here. We're going to be using those on some of the stairs. The stairs where it starts to get steep, we'll build it up with this, but I'm hoping we can get away with just 3-inch slab for that. And eventually we're going to be kind of converting this into just like a tool shed, and then the house is just going to be a little bit down there on this next hill. We're going to terrace all this where it gets really steep. You can see we've been planting pine trees in preparation, kind of in rows almost, and then we're going to terrace it out, making it where those pine trees are at kind of a level spot. Yeah, we've got 10 pine trees here so far, and you can see the area that we've cleared. The dense grass there is how the lot looked when we got here. We purchased this a little over a year ago, and yeah, you can see here's the steps I've been carving in. Really hard to see on the camera. Yeah, it was just kind of like a slippery slide before with little notches cut out. Now you can see there's actually steps here. So got about 10 in so far, and I'm just gonna follow this ridge here, going towards this inside part, and then these trees. We're gonna plant a whole row more pine trees and some other trees going down through there that it's really gonna lock in this ridge so it doesn't want to erode. Our line is actually the stream down there, and that flows into another stream, and that stream goes down around all the way to that big cluster of trees just above my finger. That's the kind of the corner down there, and then it comes up this ridge, goes up and over into that area with the bananas. But right now the main goal is just making this more safe. You can see the steps a lot better from this side, because it's pretty hectic trying to go down this super steep hill. Like I said, there's some like notches cut in here, but it's just crazy steep, like 45 to 60 degree slope, and that there is like probably a good 60-ish, but it's kind of going along that, and it kind of wraps around that corner there, and over there it gets even a little bit steeper, like closer to 70, probably 72, if I had to guess, 73. Probably some of the steeper slopes might be approaching 80. This one right here is definitely on the steeper side. It's like 80, maybe even 85 in a little bit of it. But you can see they've got corn planted all over throughout there, and you got some trees. This is just nothing tree, but I wanted to leave some of these trees here just to help keep some shade and stuff. As we're bringing other stuff, you can see we've got some avocados there. We're gonna be transplanting those, and you can see once you get to the spot where we stopped clearing, because all this where the dead stuff is all cleared. We were up here last week and spent a good day with the old machete. It's a type of machete. Whoa, deep spot. Okay. So yeah, and you can see that hut. We started that last year. There's a video on that, and we kind of ended up abandoning it because we had some other area that we needed to go to do a bunch of paperwork, and it took so long we didn't even get back to it. But you can see how tall this grass is. So I'm holding the phone right at eye level. I'm just under 6 feet, about 5'9" or so. You can see this grass is tall. And this area's been cleared here. But I'm just gonna walk down here to this other stream. So you can see it's pretty thick out here. Pretty thick indeed. And there's some wild edible stuff, but mostly this is just the only thing that would eat this would be goats. So got here, my nephews are working to clear this spot. All right, looking good. Very good. Nice. It's good. Yep, so you can see it's a pretty heavy mix of grass and different stuff, and we've got a split right here. There's like a little chasm forming, and there's a couple more of these in the area, which is indicative of a landslide, potential soon to happen landslide. So when the earth starts splitting apart like that, it's basically where it's trying to slough off there, and then of course you can get a high potential for landslide. We're not in an extreme, but this is a moderate landslide area, so it's not like super crazy risk. But you can see here's another spot we're gonna have to put in some steps because it just gets so wet, and like this area probably really like never dries out, which is good for some of the tropical fruits that we're going to be planting here. Not so much for others, like we're going to plant some grapes and stuff. Look at that crazy thing. What the heck is that? A bug or something making that? I don't even know what the heck that is, but I'm not going to touch it or get near it. And this is snake territory, so there's definitely some snakes. And you know, if this area wasn't so well traversed, I'd be wearing some like almost knee-high thick rubber boots, and that's just kind of adds an extra layer of protection there from the old snakes. But currently just got some trainers on, so nothing too wild. Actually accidentally left my hiking shoes at home. You can see this area is used by other people, so the stream is the boundary here, so I'm actually on someone else's land right now, but everyone's pretty chill out here. You can see they got a washing station set up here where they're doing some clothes washing, and then we've got a spring here. This is on my side, so I'm pretty excited about this spring here. There's actually we're kind of at the start of the dry season, so it's a little bit lower than usual, but there's another spring up over that way, kind of, that's on the corner of the lot, and my goal is to pipe that water from that stream, make a little box. I mean, like really small box, maybe 3 feet by 2 feet by just like 2 feet tall, and then pipe that water into this spring here so that we can have a good amount of volume. But I'm going to put a box in here. It's about 4 feet, maybe like 1.5 meters square, and probably like 2 meters tall. Like I want to get it pretty tall so that I can get a lot of pressure built up at the bottom of it. And then I'm going to run the overflow, shoot it out straight there like it is. So there'll still be a good amount of water, and I probably put a little valve on there so it can be adjusted a little bit. But the goal is to get a little bit of head pressure going on, and then use a solar pump and pump it up top where there'll be just a holding tank. Nothing crazy, just a couple 100 gallons. It'll cycle every day, and there'll be a little battery down here, so if I need to I can manually turn it on. But yeah, this is basically where we're at. So definitely want to pipe that though. This water here is probably a little contaminated. I think there's maybe some guts or something in there. I don't even know. But anyways, so yeah, this is it. This is the bottom of the lot here. We're kind of on the upper side of it, so it goes down quite a bit that way. You can see the bamboo tree right there is pretty close to the corner. But yeah, it's not a whole lot of water, but there is some water here, so stuff of life. And yeah, pretty soon there's gonna be a pretty big thriving orchard across this hill. So anyways, y'all, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for a lot more. I think that pretty much sums it up for today. We're just gonna get back to work and work until it's dark, and then we'll be on again tomorrow.